Hello, my name is Shalia. Welcome back for another episode of Victoria 3 as Korea. In previous episode, we managed to get some better artillery for our troops. We did increase the army size a tiny bit, not massively yet. We got another 10 battalions in there. And then we decided to switch the state decrees all into encourage manufacturing. I think that might increase the total industrialization a decent bit. It might even allow us to maybe get more economically independent, because less of our GDP will then be produced by things that might be owned by Chinese. Mostly, to reduce the GDP owned by Great Jing percentage there a little bit further. It's still 17%, which is, about 1 in 6, or somewhere thereabouts. And then, yeah, we are still definitely a lot smaller in GDP than China is. So we've got quite a bit of work to do in that front. We are also increasing... Oh, we didn't unlock. There we go. So we just got a bureaucracy. Let's go and government administration built somewhere. We're going to build another one in this northeastern state now. Oh, we only have one in there. Oh, wow. Well, let's get another one then. Oh, there's infrastructure issues in here. Okay, is that actually getting any infrastructure boost here? No. Well, I'm guessing we might build a railway here then, because that's starting to be a bit of a problem. In the meanwhile, the private sector is building some motor industries, more railways, some mines, logging camps, furniture manufacturing, and all that. So hopefully we'll be in a pretty good shape. We are going to be losing a decent bit of money here currently, but we are almost at 30 million now in GDP, and I suspect that soon enough it will be increased further. Our population is still largely peasants, although it's now less than 49%, so I reckon in probably not that long of a time, we'll be in a pretty good shape. We've still got over 12 million peasants though, so, it's going to take a while, but the litter rate will hopefully start increasing even... Well, actually, it might be growing slightly slower now that I think of it, because the wealth isn't that great yet. But I suspect that that will start increasing over time for sure, as more and more people start working at the factories, start working the better jobs in the factories, and all that. Is there... Well, I suppose no, we're not going to do those yet. I don't know if I want to... reduce the labourers a tiny bit, but that wouldn't actually be that much worthwhile. The rice farms, we could go for the tools, but again, that's not really a huge saving there. It will reduce less labourers, but again, we don't really have a shortage of workers, so that's kind of pointless currently. I mean, most of everything else is... Oh, actually, I do wonder... We're still the leading... Well, second leading producer of clippers. If we were to start producing clippers with the better... Well, the reinforced wooden ships, it might not be hugely profitable, but that might actually allow us to get the extra prestige from being the top 1 producer there. I don't know about the militia ship. We could go for steamships. It's probably not that bad. So yeah, we can get maybe the extra prestige from both of those. Oh yeah, we are the leading producer of clippers now, and number 3 in man of war. So there we go, that definitely helps. It might not help with the GDP all that much necessarily, but, if we can get the prestige to this point where the Chinese are not that much higher than us, then we've got a fairly good chance of then actually getting independence as well, which would allow our economy to start ballooning quite a bit. Oh, there's a steel mill being built. And that, oh, that's in the southeastern state. Which, how many does it have? It's got level 1 thus far. Okay, so it's spreading it out, which is a bit unfortunate. We did get the... Oh, we got a whole lot of bureaucracy now. Let's go ahead and increase the education then. Right, so yeah, it's not a huge education access currently. And I think, yeah, the total increase in their literary rate did probably start dropping a little bit. But it does mean that... Oh, alright, someone got exiled. It does mean that the scholars will start, or the clergy in general, will start losing some more power. And then maybe... the intelligentsia will start getting a bit more popularity. And that will definitely boost our situation a bit. But there we go. Corporate charges will be done very shortly. That's going to unlock a company, which I'm looking forward to choose, to be fair. There we are. Now let's establish a new company. So what would have a high productivity? I suppose the paper consortium would be very useful. More bureaucracy would be unlocked there. Army offense would be quite nice. That would improve the tooling workshops, arms industries, and artillery foundries, as well as... I don't actually... No, it probably wouldn't... No, okay. It would be definitely a high productivity there, so that would be good. The minerals, that would increase the fertilizer plant throughput. That's not actually a bad one either. Steel mill building throughput. Ooh, that would be quite useful. That would also have a decent productivity. Or we could go for the premium fisheries, but I don't know if that's... I mean, I suppose it will be increasing a bit of that, but no, not necessarily too much. I think we're going to go with the paper. Actually, no, we're going to go with the metalworks. Army offense seems like a very good idea. And it will be getting prosperity fairly quickly. So those all get some boost there. I'm hoping that it will start increasing our GDP. We have hit 30.4 million briefly, but we're not there currently. Right, so how long until the railway is complete? That's 9 more weeks. Okay, we've got a little bit of time then. Oh, there's another explosive factory being built. Oh, brilliant. That is something we do need. We will also need a lot more steel mills, mind you, but I suppose we need to start somewhere. Now we got the bureaucracy. We are using that to increase the education. That's 250 per level. We've got a lot more bureaucracy than I thought we would, though. Could we maybe increase the health system even further? You know what? Yeah, we'll get that one. The population growth is larger, then it might be useful. There we go, 29.7. We are still building the railway. I suppose where are we going to need the next government administration? In our capital, okay. So that's where we'll build it. We'll start constructing that already. It will cost us a little bit of money. We got a little bit of credit already, but, you know, 100,000 is not really that much. And the private sector still has plenty of building to do. There's still one coal mine being, or currently one coal mine being built by the Chinese. But is the economic dependence... No, it's still 2.2 points in there, so that is still a bit of a rough one. Can't really demand anything from the Chinese currently either. The railway should be built fairly quickly in the northeast, which should start fixing the infrastructure issues there. Because they are having a... Well, it's not too bad of an issue. It's 96% there. Oh, now it's back to 100%. But, you know, it's still not that massive. Oh, okay, Empire Japan is actually improving relations. And there we go. Now we've got the railway built. We are still... Well, we're starting to pay back the loans at least a little bit. But we don't have that massive debt currently either, so that's not too bad. Oh, and modern sewerage is spreading. Oh, brilliant. That's actually really good. Then after that, there's going to be only 3 options for it to start... well, actually 2 options for it to start spreading. So whichever starts, we'll probably just focus that one. How's the production? Okay, rotary valve engine is still not done. It will be done hopefully soon. And military, the gantry cranes, that might be actually something we'll start doing. You know what? We'll do that after the modern sewerage. Then we're going to go whatever starts spreading in here, because I really want to start getting the steamers in. I mean, you know, it will mean that we won't be necessarily the leading producer of clippers anymore, but that will allow us to get more oil, among other things, so the total production is just going to be much higher. Well, there we go. Now we're at the 30 million GDP at least. The literary rate is now 37%. Not quite as high as it could be, perhaps. But I suppose it helps still. Oh, right, we've got market access issues over here in northwestern state. Could just build another port, I suppose, get more convoys. Yeah, we'll get one in there. Oh, and that's another thing. We can start using the port even further, so we'll get... I think we'll get a bit more infrastructure from those. I suppose we can double check. What is it that it gives us? Yeah, it's 50% more infrastructure and a bit more convoys. That's with the total modifiers with 4 of them. Okay, so it goes from... Was it with... I don't actually know. Well, regardless, it's going to be increasing a little bit. But then it's going to require... Instead of clippers, it's going to require steamers and more coal. Which I suppose means more coal mining. Which might mean that the explosives are going to be needed at that point. Well, not necessarily, but it might be definitely useful at least. But there we go, 30.2 million. And while the bureaucracy extra that we have right now is of course being used up for increasing these institutions, those both will definitely help with the population. I mean, we're not really shy on population numbers right now, admittedly. We've still got a lot of it, still 12 million peasants. Although they only make 48% of the population now. Oh, an election season just started. Now, who's going to win these? Conservatives are still going to be the biggest one. Free Trade Party is still quite massive, mind you. All things considered. Oh, and the steel mill is almost done. Then there's going to be the tooling workshop, iron mine, explosive, fishing wharf, livestock ranch, and a coal mine. Alright, then no... Oh, no foreign queues right now, okay. There's still a little bit of prestige difference in there, which I'm hoping that we can start maybe catching up a little bit. We probably could start increasing the fleet size a bit further. We could have up to 22 in here. So if we were to get, say, 4 more in the capital of frigates, that is, and then we'll get 1 more man of war in there. That way we'll have a slightly larger fleet. It'll give us, actually, how much do we get from the fleet right now? We get 20, so that's probably going to be another 10 extra prestige from those. I mean, that's not really that bad then. Right, so in the world, Russia is still relatively strong. Austria is quite strong. Ottomans are definitely weakened. Bengal is still a thing, although Britain still owns a decent chunk of India. And half of Tibet. Oh, Portuguese East Africa. Well, there we go. They've taken a bit more land. Oh, and I think they conquered Zulus. Yeah, they did. Man over the machine. You know, if I can get the extra infrastructure from the rural folk, that would be nice. We'll give them a bit of a boost there. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Right, so the naval bases are being built fairly quickly. It's not going to take too many weeks for all of that to be sorted out. And then, yeah, those two will be done fairly shortly. After that, I suppose we could just continue building up the bureaucracy. So Zhengzhou and the northwestern state is going to require another one. We'll just keep on building that. It means that there's going to be even more demand for paper, which I suppose is no bad thing. Oh, another tooling workshop. I suppose we're not probably that high in the list of tool producers, but clippers and man of wars, yeah, we do get bonuses from those. Unfortunately, the temporary boost for the prestige will eventually be expiring. Oh, we can request market control. They will not accept that, which reduces our relations, which means that we'll probably start getting liberty design a lot faster because cold relations. Yeah, there we go. Plus, we got the boost of 10 there. Yeah, okay, so it's growing, not massively, but it's definitely growing. And if we can get the prestige sorted out, then we can definitely start increasing a lot more. Now, I suppose it's going to take a while for the fleet to increase. So, during that time, the prestige will start increasing. Of course, the GDP will have a bit of an impact there as well, and everything else. Oh, there we go, education invest into level 3. But yeah, the literacy rate definitely did drop because of the law change there. At the same time, it's going to start increasing the intelligence's out in there, which does mean that we can maybe start passing some of the better laws at some point. At least get them involved in the decision making. We could go for secret police. Now, to be fair, we don't really use the contracts too much, so it might not be that bad of an idea. I would oppose that. Sure. That's also going to boost the industrialists quite a bit there. Odds will. Boost the agrarian party. Surely. Right, just a little bit more and we'll get the modern tourist. And that's going to fix our infrastructure issues for a little while. Plus we can build a lot faster. Well, a little bit faster at that point. Which does mean even more growth for the GDP. How's the investment pool? It's going down a tiny bit. Okay, election results are in, but I think we'll probably keep it as is. Yeah, that's going to be still the best option. So that's totally fine. And we are paying off some of the debt. Not massive amounts, mind you, but we're paying some of it. Prestige is still definitely fluctuating. And how's the... well, at least things are increasing there. They do still have more than 3 times the GDP of ours, so they've still got about 94 million, I reckon. Or maybe 95. Somewhere thereabouts. They still own 17% of our GDP. Although that has that number has gone down a little bit. And as long as we can let the... oh, health system to level 4. Excellent, excellent. Already 25 million population. I'm hoping that we can start increasing standard of living as well, but that might be a little bit tricky. Now, what do we need in the... actually, most of the prices in the market aren't that bad. Like, some of them are a little bit elevated, but of course that's the entire market, not necessarily reflecting the proper situation in our states here. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, so we can probably go ahead and build another Zhangho that could use another government administration. It's going to get us a 15 in there. And there's the modern sewers. There we go. That's going to speed up the construction even further now. Yeah, it's 30 points going into the government administration. It does mean that we won't be building as many buildings at a time, but it will be built faster, which I think is perfectly fine. Oh, and right. The company bonus, it means that we'll build the tooling workshop a lot faster now. That will be very handy. And there we go. We are getting 106 innovation per week from... oh, and right, the Ganja cranes. So what's in society? What's spreading? Egalitarianism. Okay, I'm totally fine with that. And I suppose in the production, rotary valve engine will be done soon. So after that, we might boost something in there as well. But the gantry cranes being completed soon would be very nice. Oh, there we go, law advanced. So it's now 46% chance of going to the second step. Oh, and there we go, 31.2 million GDP. Now, how much is Qing's GDP actually? 98 million. Okay, so the difference is still fairly high. It's still 66.7. Also, let's just say 66 million difference in there. So yeah, it's quite a bit. But I suppose they did start with quite a bit of GDP as well. So like the total difference hasn't necessarily increased that much during the course of this playthrough. But the percentage, we've definitely caught up in that a little bit. Still a lot of work to do, of course, on that front. Let's actually have a look. So we are getting the Liberty Design a decent bit. Oh, we could have another interest. Okay, let's go ahead and declare another interest in... You know what? We'll declare interest in Pacific Coast. I don't know if that's going to help us at all. No one's really willing to support our independence. You know, maybe we can do some trade... Oh, actually, yeah, we could probably try doing some trading there. Maybe sell some alcohol. Oh, okay, the productivity of those aren't really that great. Same for the silk. What about tea? I suppose we could sell some to the British market, yeah. That will help. Oh, and there we go, 31.4 million in GDP now. I think in the next year or two, we might be getting at least to 32 or higher. Oh, right, and the private sector is taking all of the construction now. I think we can actually let that be the case for a little while. Because we do have a decent bit of credit to pay back. So, in the meanwhile, we'll be getting... Oh, dangerous equipment. We can't pull the brakes off the engines of progress. But yeah, fishing wharves, sulfur mines, tooling workshop, more iron mines, more fishing wharves, iron mines, tooling workshop. Oh, Columbia District has improved relations with us. Very good. Oh, the petty bourgeoisie aren't happy anymore. They are very influential, though. Okay, so that means that the loan interest rate... Well, admittedly, we don't have a lot of loans, so the interest rate isn't really our biggest concern, quite frankly. And gantry cranes will be done very shortly. It might cause a bit of disruption. Oh, now it's 62% to get to the... Okay. I suspect that we'll probably pass that law soon then. Just a few more weeks and we'll start building something again. I just want to pay off the loan, really. But the gantry cranes will probably interrupt a little bit on some of the things, at least. But at the same time, that's going to provide a lot more convoys to use. Which we are using a lot on trade routes already, as is. They will start increasing the demand for steel, which means that the steel mills will start increasing. So let's actually pause for a moment while we do the changes to shipyards. I'll get the steamships underway. That means a lot less hardwood is being used as well, which is actually very handy. Engine consumption, on the other hand, will go up. And yes, we'll do that one. There's no demand for those things, of course, right now, but we can change that very shortly. In the form of the ports. Go to industrial ports. And the fishing wharves. And the whaling stations. There we go. I don't actually know if there was any production of steamers already in the market. Probably. Or maybe not. Well, that might cause some issues for the Chinese things then, but that's actually honestly fine. Oh, floating harbor is spreading. Okay. Oh, more port levels. It could be useful. But we're getting the egalitarianism. We could... No, the rotary valve engine will be done soon enough. We could then maybe get the joint stock companies, and after that we can start spreading to other branches again. How's the litter raise? 37.5%. So yeah, that's definitely slowed down a lot in the increase. But it is at least still increasing, so there is that. And we've almost paid off the loan. So how are we looking on... Oh, there's the rotary valve engine. Don't necessarily need to be using that ourselves yet, because we've got plenty of workforce available. Right, so where do we... Oh, right. The northeastern state is the highest one now, so let's build another government administration over there. So, you know, building a little bit of those will get some more bureaucracy available. We can increase the institutions if possible. It might not be always possible, but there's a chance at least to do so. Oh, electrical generation. Oh, that's going to be a good one. Okay, so after egalitarianism, we'll actually go and get that one, because electricity will be huge. And after that, we'll get something else. Maybe we'll help with the floating harbour then. And then something in society that is spreading. Hopefully joint stock companies. But there we are. So standard of living is now 10.3, so the average has slowly risen. Not massively, mind you, but slowly. And we've got 32.4 million GDP. So yeah, it did definitely start increasing. We're building a whole lot of tooling workshops, iron mines, and everything else. Are we now getting extra prestige from... Oh, okay, so we are second highest producer of oil, so we do still get some bonuses from there. I'm guessing there might be some issues with the Chinese... Oh, process drafting. They might have some issues with the GDP now. Well, maybe not that much. I'm just hoping that there's a huge demand for clippers now. That is not being met. But that's probably not the case. Oh, right. Shipyards. Is this all... Yeah, that's all our shipyards. There's some pop consumption as well. Okay. Let's see. So fishing wharves, that's just our states. And the whaling station are also our states. Okay. So is there still a demand for clippers then? Oh, but there is production for clippers as well. Yeah, okay. They were kind of self-sufficient on that already. Never mind then. But at least ours will produce more. And yeah, the egalitarianism shouldn't take too long at least. That's less than a year. We'll get that sorted out. We do have a decent bit of radicals, but we've got... Well, I suppose the secret police is something we're currently researching. And we'll reduce the progress... Oh. Alright, we got a new king. Is that actually... Oh, is the landowner? Traditionalist? Okay, well, that's not going to be great. Oh, there's another steel mill being built, and that is in our capital, so it's going to be level... That's going to be level 3, so we'll finally maybe get the economic dominance things sorted out. I don't think we'll be getting through the entire thing, because I believe one of those objects is going to have your own market and all that. Or whatnot, so that's probably going to be pretty difficult for us. But there we go, almost 33 million in GDP, and it's the... Yeah, liberty desire is increasing. The economy is less entangled now. Oh, there we go, yeah, they got less than 3 times our GDP now. I suppose if they had 3 times, they had almost 100 million then. Which they do not. Oh, all discovered in Eastern New Guinea. Okay. Yeah, I'm guessing there's probably less and less of the things that we need is provided by China, and we're providing more things to them. Oh, wow. Our money is increasing quite drastically. If we were to lower taxes, I wonder. That might actually not be a terrible idea. We can let the private sector still do the stuff. Oh, low progress of voting. Excellent. We'll just let the private sector do the construction for a little while now. That's going to hopefully start increasing standard of living. And also maybe start reducing the radicals, increasing loyalists. And the private sector is still increasing a lot of the production. So we're already at 33 million. I think with this current speed that we're doing more construction, a lot of it is industry. So I think that's actually going to have quite a significant increase in the GDP. Like, that is already quite sharp. Oh, okay, we just had our ruler die. Who's our new ruler? Oh, well, he's part of intelligentsia at least, but he's age 0. Okay then. Born 18th of May 1901. He's a pacifist. Okay, well, I suppose that kind of fits our playthrough here right now. Ooh, we had no authority though. Okay, what can we afford dropping? We'll drop the tea tax. We'll increase the taxation again, and we can maybe... Ooh, I don't initially want to drop either one of these. We'll drop the opium tax for now. We'll hopefully get to add that back in. I do not want to remove the state edicts, is the problem. And we don't really have that much more other than consumption tax than those. And actually, you know what we could do? Is instead of having the consumption tax, we'll put in the opium tax. And then we'll put in, like, the tea tax or something. Because we'll actually get more money through those than the service tax. And the services will then be available to people. Unfortunately, that's probably going to have a bit of a drop on the standard of living again. Briefly, because we did increase the taxes. But we're getting pretty good money now. So I suppose, do we need more... oh, we're down to 26,000 unrealized taxes, actually. I mean, that's not too bad. And then I suppose Northwestern State is next in line to get another government administration. I'll get that built up there real quick. Paper mills will be done in the northeastern state soon. And we'll get some more sulfur mines in there as well. And we'll get the steel mill in our capital. Get another furniture manufacturer in the southeastern state. More iron mines, another shipyard. More fishing wharves. That's all good. How are we looking on the market? So is there anything that we got... oh, right. So we've got a bit of demand for coal for sure. And I don't think there's... well, other than explosives, there's not much I can do about it. We're kind of waiting for the dynamite, really, before we start doing that one. On the other, the electrical generation will be very, very much needed. That's also going to allow us to start to... well, it's actually mostly going to be for, initially at least, just for the population to use, really. Ooh, we're a little bit on convoys, but I suppose we are providing a... well, yeah, we're providing a decent bit of convoys, at least. I don't suppose we are getting any support for independence. No. I'm going to drop the improve relations with Prussia right now. Who else could we improve relations with? At this point, first of all, I might just go ahead and drop the rivalry with Japan. Oh, we're no longer rivals with them anyway. Ah, never mind then. Well, we could probably improve relations with Japan in that case. Oh, and secret police is already in the third stage, so that should be passing soon. There we are. Now we can increase that even further if need be. You know what, I might go ahead and increase the Home Affairs, so revolution progress, secession progress, and political movement radicalism will be reduced. Suppression impact on interest group attraction. Oh, right, yeah, we're not suppressing any of the interest groups, though. We could probably go ahead and increase that even further. At least a level 3. Oh, the industrialist leader retired. Okay. They were market liberal. Who's the new one? They're also market liberal. Okay, well, so it doesn't change too much other than popularity, I suppose. But there we go. The steel mill in our capital will be done in 2 weeks. And there's a few more. Oh, there's a lot of coal mines now being built. For some reason. Oh, we do have a lot of radicals again. I suppose there were a little bit of changes with the taxes and all that. Oh, there we go. 38% literature rate. And 34.3% GDP. Oh, wow. That is actually growing very quickly now. They do still have 2.5 times the prestige that we do, so that's not really helping us too much. Economic entanglement is back to 2.1. But we are providing more and more stuff to the Chinese market, so that's definitely helping. And if we can reduce their percentage of our GDP further, I think we can then eventually start getting more and more things. Our prestige is down to 300 though. We got the... Oh, right, it was the... No, we've still got the time modifier actually in there. Oh, but our ruler's prestige impact is... Yeah, I suppose when you have a kid in charge, it's not really helping. I suppose at this point it might be useful to try to pass the different government type if there is any support. Well, there might be some support actually. Presidential republic, that would radicalize a lot of people. What about parliamentary? That would also radicalize a lot of people. And theocracy would radicalize a lot of people. So we don't really have a easy way out of the monarchy yet. We can't get the better voting laws yet. Can we get the... No, we can't get the better taxation laws yet either. We don't have egalitarian research quite yet, although that's going to be done in a matter of a few weeks. So then we can maybe start passing some in there. We'll try passing the total separation of the church and state. Would that have much of an impact? It would mean less authority, which is not necessarily good. So I think we're just going to hold off on that one right now. We're getting a little bit of money. I suppose we are indeed not building too much. Other than the private sector, of course, is doing a whole lot of work again. And there's the egalitarianism. Now, is there any support for the tax laws then? No, there is not. Never mind then. At least not that one. What about the voting laws? Nope. That's also not an option then. Still can't get rid of the censorship either. Yeah, we can't get the right of assembly. Because no one supports that law. At least not in the government, anyway. But there we go. We're almost at 35 million GDP. If we can continue the growth with this sort of speed, whereas the Chinese GDP isn't increasing quite as much, I think we have a chance of still catching up to them. It's just we need to industrialize a lot faster. We are doing a decent bit of work now, mind you, but there is a lot of work that needs to be taking place. Although they're investing a lot in mines now, and fishing wharves in our states, so that's going to be a problem. We'll still need that one more level steel mill in the capital, or 2 in one of these other 2 states, which, yeah, that's going to take a little while. But now we've got a little bit of gold reserve. We haven't still gotten the fleet up to full speed there. And we don't actually need more universities, quite frankly. So it's just taking a little bit of time. Could maybe build another port somewhere. Maybe in our capital. That's going to increase the infrastructure in there as well as more convoys. Let's actually take a quick gander at our trade routes right now. We've got quite a few. Several of them do use a lot of convoys, mind you, but most of them are fairly productive. Some more than others, mind you, but yeah. We're getting actually pretty good revenue out of it. Oh, wow. That opium revenue is huge. I suppose we get 5,000 from tariffs. Of which that is... Oh, yeah, there's a lot of... Yeah, we get over 3,000 from the opium imports. Fair enough, fair enough. But I do see that we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll show you the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.